Been doing a bit of work on me since Morocco. It's not an easy job. My dad's funeral will be a year ago tomorrow. Lots happened in here since he passed away. None of it was I expecting. Now that he's not here, it's like the anchor fell off the boat. So I've been trying to find it again, and I haven't yet, but I'm getting there. Dave's helping in ways only a motorcycle can. So anyway, I've been super busy at work, and just decided to take a couple of hours for me. Weather's good, just get out on the road. I've no idea where I'm going or how long I'm going to be out. I just felt the need. You all know what that's like, right? I had the opportunity, so I've jumped on. I am very lucky to live where I live. Just look at it. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Let's just go ride some roads and listen to some tunes together. Come on. I found a byway open to all traffic. Whew. That was exciting, wasn't it? let's talk tech for a minute, shall we? This is going to get nerdy, so if you're not interested, fast forward or something, and then I'll shut up. If you're new to video editing, kind of like I am, this might be interesting to you. So I come from a stills photography background, so I've got a little bit, I understand layering and compositing and lots of, technical stuff about imagery, but moving pictures is something I've dabbled with, but not really done an awful lot of until the last 8 months. And certainly audio is something I've never got involved with at all in any technical way. As you would have heard me say many times on previous videos, it's my biggest bugbear. It's very, very difficult to capture decent audio inside a helmet. You think about it, you can put this microphone in the worst possible environment to try and capture decent dialogue without lots of wind noise and engine noise and muffled stuff and all the rest of it. Anyway, the editing side of it, when you import the video track into your editing software, it puts the video track on one track and then the audio tracks go below it. And sometimes it's just one track and sometimes it's more. When I've got my wireless mic connected to a camera, I want 2 audio tracks. I want one for the mic only, and I want one for the inbuilt microphones of the camera itself to capture the ambient noise, the wind noise, the engine note, all that stuff. Now, the problem is when you've got multiple cameras, you need to sync that footage up so that both the video and the audio are properly aligned. Otherwise you get an echo and it doesn't sound right or look right. Which is the reason why I clap in front of the cameras when I first start them rolling, because it creates a visible cue and an audio spike, which you can see on the waveform in the editing software, so you can see where you're looking to line them up, and then you can use markers to align all the clips. Now that's okay, and it works most of the time, but it's also pretty awkward and time consuming, especially if you've got, so with these cameras, I'll even recording all day, but they chop the footage up into 16 gigabyte roughly, somewhere between 13 I think it is and 30 minutes chunks. So you've got to go through it, and I might have like 30 odd of these to do per day, and if you're on a multi-day trip, that equates to an awful lot of hours manually syncing up the tracks, and that's before you've even started to edit and craft the story. Now, I've found a bit of software which automatically does it for you. The problem is, I've changed the setup now, and I'll explain that in a minute. During the Morocco tour, I was using Insta360 Ace Pro 2 cameras, and I, at one point, had 2 wireless microphones, one connected to the chin camera, one connected to the cockpit camera, and the settings I used were exactly as I've just described. Mic on one track, ambient audio on a separate track. The problem is that with Insta360 Ace Pro 2 cameras, they record them separate as separate tracks, but they're embedded into the video file. And then when you drag them into the editing software, it separates them out into separate tracks. That doesn't work with the automatic syncing software, because it can't see, when you import the video into the syncing software, it can't see the 2 separate tracks. DJI Osmo Action cameras do it differently. They record what they call the backup track or the audio track to a separate WAV file. and only embed the mic into the video file. And that, it turns out, is critical if you're using automatic syncing software. So Insta3, so the whole of the Morocco tour, and I think I've got about, I think I've got about 8 days left. I can't really use the automatic syncing software because it just doesn't work. I have to export, I have to put the video files into Audacity and separate out the mic and the ambient audio into separate WAV files, and then re-import those into the syncing software, and then export that as a timeline, and then import that into DaVinci Resolve. Absolute nightmare. Takes forever. But this setup absolutely changes the whole thing. It works perfectly every time, which means I will do the spike and clap thing as kind of like a backup, but I don't need to. And that is absolutely tremendous. Smiling. Love it. I love doing this sometimes. You don't have to be doing a million miles an hour in the twisties. Just come out in the country lanes and look at this. Just pootle along. Just look around you. Just look at this. Quintessential English countryside. Sometimes the best rides are the ones where you don't follow a pre-planned route. Stick to that magenta line or blue line or whatever colour it is. You just follow your nose. Sometimes it ends up just being the best. I almost wish I'd recorded the track for this route because it's lovely. I hope I can do this again. I'll tell you what, it's been a fair few summers since I've seen this much bug death on a visor and screen. It's a good sign. The insects just seem to disappear for ages. I'm getting them in my face constantly today, which is a good sign, so all is well with the world. Cheers, guys. Oh. Just swallowed a fly. Ooh. That was exciting, wasn't it? Just take a minute. And get a layer off, I think. I'm quite glad that I was coming down that and not going up it. Because I think going up that may well have been a little bit too excited. Cameras always flatten things out. Believe me, that was steep. And that first section was not only steep, it was on a corner. And those rocks are polished. So trying to scramble up there with these tyres on, that would have been a nightmare. And turning it around would have been fraught with danger. So thankfully, I got away with that one. Let's move on the tarmac, shall we? Oh, guys, look at this place. How lucky am I? Yes. I guess you can't go that way then. Come on, you fucker. What have you stalled? That's weird, you know. I had that clutch pulled in all the way. Croxton Abbey was founded in 1176 by the Cistercian order of Cotton, 5 miles away, and moved here 3 years later. The church was completed and consecrated in 1250. The east range includes the sacristy and library, the chapter house and undercroft for the dormitory. Following the dissolution of the Roman Catholic monasteries in September 1538, Croxton Abbey was closed down and converted to a farm. It's cool, isn't it? Well, the cameras are still going. What's that? We've got this one's charging, so it's difficult to tell, but 192 minutes. That's 3 hours 10 minutes, I think, on a single battery. Absolutely fantastic quality. I am worried about this though. If anybody knows where I can get hold of a 1/4 inch 20 USP thread, nylon or non-conductive material threaded bar, please get in touch and let me know, because I want to thread from this ball through this charging mount into this K&F Concept cage with a bar to hold it all together. But I can't do it with a conductive one because this charging port, it shorts it out, it connects across it, shorts it out, so you can't do it. So if anybody knows where I can get a non-conductive nylon or whatever, PVC maybe, I don't know, a plastic basically, or a carbon 1/4 inch camera thread, just 1/4 inch 20 USB, I think. That's what I need. So if anybody knows where I can get that, drop me a message, drop a comment down below, DM me, whatever. Just let me know, yeah? It'd be most helpful. Right, I'm back in Hutch, so I'm going to sign this one off now. Thanks for watching, guys. Think about subscribing if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, be good, look after yourselves, and ride safe.